Meeting called to order. Good evening and warm welcome to session number 756 of Kimji Toastmaster Club meeting and the hybrid meeting number 56. Let us start with reading mission of the club. Please repeat after me. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Thank you. We don't speak on three topics in Toastmaster meeting, that is sex, religion, and politics. So I request all the members to refrain from talking in these three topics. And also request all the members to keep your mobile phone either on switch off mode or in silent mode. So to take the proceed, so what is today's special? Can anybody tell? Today is Wednesday. That is one speciality.
Ugadi Gudi Padwa.
Ugadi.
Gudi Padwa.
And one more speciality.
Gudi Padwa for Maharashtrians.
Speciality for celebration. So let us celebrate today. And today also International Goof Off Day. So any goof up you have done in previous period, you take everything out today and start as fresh. Today also is World Meta Day. Stop and take a deep breath and look for the best in someone else and yourself as well. So we have one guest today. Please welcome to our club meeting, and if you could introduce yourself, that will be great.
My name is Amit. Thank you for having me today. It's my first time. Actually, I've been contacting you for a month. That's today again. And Shalom, we learning you.
Welcome, hearty welcome. With that message, let me welcome our ever charming, young and energetic President Toastmaster Prabhagar to take forward session. Over to you.
Yeah. Good evening, posters, Toastmasters, and guests. Thanks, Sergeant at Arms, today's Special Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Anil Kumar, sir, for your wonderful introduction. He deserves a big round of applause for the excellent kickstart of today's session. And guests, he already introduced. I think today there only one guest he already introduced. So we'll go with that. Is there any other guess?
No.
Okay, thank you so much. The person who was born and raised in poverty, barely making ends meet. When things get really tough, he even had to sell his blood a couple of times. How he went from living in poverty and struggling for money to survive to transform into a $100 billion company. He is the boy who never stops dreaming. Here is why you should not stop too. He was born into a very poor family. He spent his childhood living in a small one-bedroom apartment in a public housing project. His father was an army veterinary doctor and a truck driver, and spent most of his life working in low-paid jobs. When he was only 7 years old, while delivering diapers, his father fell on the ice and broke his leg. Because of this, he was fired from his job with no medical insurance and no savings. His family was struggling for money. That image of his father laying on the couch, he used to sit on the staircase in his building, dreaming of a better life. He played football in a high school and earned an athletic scholarship to go to college. But he didn't want to play sports and decided to major in communications and worked many odd jobs to make ends meet. But he had the desire to work at Starbucks. At that time, Starbucks had three owners and only sold coffee beans. So at the age of 29, after a full years of convincing the owners of Starbucks, he finally got a job at Starbucks. While on a business trip to native and walked into an Italian coffee shop, and he was fascinated by his experience while drinking coffee. He was amazed by the fact that the owners of the coffee shop even called their names while serving them the coffee excited. He traveled back to the US and tried to convince the Starbucks owners to accept these incredible new ideas. But Starbucks owners didn't accept his ideas. So he quit his job and went on to create his own coffee company. But he had no money to fund his company. In the course of the year, he spent trying to raise money. He spoke to 242 people. Out of that, 217 people they said no. Enough people believed in his vision and decided to invest in his business. He worked extremely hard to open his first coffee shop where he could replicate all his experience and he had in Italy and finally implement his ideas. After few years, Starbucks went bankrupt and this person bought the company and became CEO of Starbucks. He rebranded his company name with the Starbucks name and expanded across the United States. Today, the Starbucks has more than 30,000 stores around the world and the market value of $100 billion. He dreamed the kind of dreams that other people said would not be possible. He said that I cannot offer you any specific secret recipe for success, the perfect plan for how to reach the pinnacle of success in the business. If you wait for the perfect condition, you never get anything done. But the good thing is you can make the decision and take control now. Remember something, a year from now, you may wish you had to started today. Who is none other than the former CEO of Starbucks, Howard Skulls. This is the success story of Howard Skulls. With this message, to conduct today's session, we have an exuberant Toastmaster. She is currently working with ISWK as an activity coordinator. She is a constant learner, willing to challenge herself by stepping outside of her comfort zone. She is with Toastmaster since 2019. She is a recipient of the Best Teacher Award by the BOD Indian Schools in Oman and the recipient of the MS Subbulakshmi Award by the Government of India for Innovation in Teaching. Please put your hands together to welcome the boisterous Toastmaster Asha Mohan Raman to take the session forward.
Thank you, President, for handing over the session to me, and thank you very much for that beautiful introduction. A very good evening to fellow Toastmasters, guests, and all those family members who have joined along with the Toastmasters to view this session. Do you really know what's the secret to lead a happier life? We usually think that to have a happy life means to have fun, too much fun, or have money, or be famous, or have a good social status where people respect us. But no, the secret to a happier life is a very simple and easy way, and that is embrace your inner child. Dear Toastmasters, we all know that our life is like story with many faces, and one big face that is invincible is childhood. And I'm sure everybody will agree with me on that. No one is innocent as a child, but sadly, none can ever be a child always. But by occasionally keeping that inner child in us alive, we can perform, act, and achieve much more than we are attaining and accomplishing right now. I know it sounds very kiddish. I know it sounds very stupid and silly, but believe me, Toastmasters, that's a fact. With time and with the tremendous jet-paced life that we are all living, we forget to live life like a child does, happy, innocent, carefree. We always hold ourselves responsible for situations. And although at times our inner mind prompts us to be like a child, probably our surroundings, the role we play in the personal and professional front, and the so-called knowledge that we have gained over time hold us back from being that child. I remember, I will just share an incident that comes to my mind. One of my uncle, I'm not able to recollect his name. I was small then, and but to the age that I can remember vaguely now, he was around 50 plus, and he used to play with us the way any other kid of that age would play. Like we used to sit down and hold our hands together, and in the sitting posture we used to do that ringa ringa roses, and playing hide and seek, and hiding under the bed, or hiding in weird places where our body doesn't fit, but we push ourselves into it so that the dinner doesn't see us. He used to play with us all these kind of games, and we used to enjoy. We as children, as small child, used to enjoy, because we always used to feel, wow, such a big uncle, he's so old, but yet he's playing with us like a small child. The kind of voices that he used to remove for us, the kind of claps that he used to do, like how a small child does, we really loved him, because he was behaving of the age that we were then. And I also remember a old granny kind of a lady, and people of that generation, who always used to pinpoint at him and say that, behave of your age, you're behaving like a child, you need to mature up. And at that time, when he used to be scolded by those older generation people, we used to laugh at him, because he's being scolded. And we always do that, right? When as small children, when we used to be in school and our friend is being pinpointed or scolded by the teacher or by his mother or father, then we enjoy that. The same way, when he was being scolded by the older generation, we used to laugh at him. But very lately, recently, uh, it just came into my mind, and when I got this thought of my uncle, because since now I'm with the uh, education sector, and I move around with kids all the day of different age group, I get as low as a kid when I'm in a class. I try to connect with them. I go to that age, probably if it's a 5-year-old, then I behave like a 5-year-old. A 10-year-old, I behave like a 10-year-old. And I could see how easily I could connect with them if I go down to that age, how well I could bond with them, and how beautifully that rapport is created between me and those children, just because I push myself low to their level. And by doing that, the children open up very fast, they connect with you very fast, and they become more proactive. And with all that in process, it's not just that they benefit. We as adults, when we put ourselves into the shoes of those children, when we go low to that level of the children, when we kindle that child in us, it's very, it's very what do you say? It's very silly if I say that it does increase our efficiency and it shows a very high in our performance. And when that happened, this uncle of mine came to my mind who used to behave like a child and who used to be scolded. I understand that, yeah, I mean, you do behave childish at times, but that's got a very immense effect on your personality and in the way that other people take you. We usually get compliments like, you're very straightforward, you're very innocent, you're very boisterous. All these characteristics are shown in your personality once you kindle that child in you. So, with that little experience that I had during my childhood and how that helped me change my personality and which I got enlightened now, I thought I should share with you all. Instead of speaking about how that helps and all those theoretical aspects, and that is the reason I chose this topic. And when I got this thought in my mind, and when I could connect myself that uncle back then, I had already decided that if I get a TMOD role, I'll take up this topic. So, with that small story, I have a very boisterous team with me today to take this session forward effectively. And I had asked them a question as to when was the last time they did something really childish. Some of them have answered, while some probably I could sense have held themselves back to even answer the question. So it is a little tricky when somebody asks you that, how childish are you? People usually don't open up. But I am sure that after this session, each one will try to trigger that child in you. Each one will try to live at least a part of your day like a child. Let me first call upon the role players for today. I will be calling their names and I would, they can come, if they're present there, they can come onto the dais and give a brief about their role today. Our timer for today is Toastmaster Suresh, who is a pharmacist with 10 years of experience. He is working with Muscat Pharmacy. He leads a team of 10 members and he's in charge of the retail outlet in the organization. Can we please have Toastmaster Suresh on the dais?
Thank you.
And though I had asked them this question, I would like the role players to say it in 2 lines. When was the last that you behaved like a child? So that it's more lively rather than me telling how you felt. There are some which are really funny, but it would be very nice if you could say that so that people can get the feel of that particular incident. Over to you, Toastmaster Suresh.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished chief guests. As a timer, I will time the table topic speakers and formal speeches and evaluation. I will also allot each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red signal, which denote specific time remaining. Today, there is no icebreaker speech and table topics not more than 2 minutes. First minute, I will raise the green card, and 1 minute 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card, and 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. And prepared speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in a length. 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card, and 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. And today we have interesting a traveling tales segment, totally 14 minutes. Every 30 seconds will given for a speech to every Toastmasters. And after 30 seconds, I will give a signal to complete the speech. And individual evaluation should be 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes, I will raise the green card, and 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card, and 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Yes, Toastmaster Suresh, you can tell us a small incident when you behave like a child. Anything that comes to your mind when you felt that you were behaving like a small child.
It's come to mind that I have one hobbies when I was in a childhood. I used to see a lot of cricket when I was in childhood. Still, I remember those days. I worshipped more God. I worshipped Sachin Tendulkar as a God more than that anything else. Whenever he got out from the crease, the whole night I was crying. I cannot be able to digest. The year passed. I came to know that it was sports. Still, I remember those days in my childhood.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suresh. See, I told you if they share, because they have written a few lines, if I'm going to say, it's not going to sound like this. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suresh. Let me just take the privilege of calling our word master grammarian, Toastmaster Santosh, onto stage. Toastmaster Santosh is a very proactive person, although at times he holds himself back. He is a very gentle, willing to accept roles, and he's ever ready to understand and accept the change that we give him. So with that, let me call upon Toastmaster Santosh to explain his role as a wordmaster grammarian.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. Good evening, Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and my dear guest. Today, I am assigned with the role of Wordmaster Grammarian. My role as grammarian, I need to pay attention to the speakers, and I need to listen to them carefully, how they use their English language. I will take note of all those outstanding words, proverbs, and phrases which they use during their speech. I'll also note misuse of English language. Towards the end of the meeting, I'll be presenting the grammarian report. My role as grammarian, I have a responsibility to introduce today's word of the day. It's boisterous. The meaning is exuberant, energetic, spirited, lively. Now, boisterous, I tried to search in Google what would be the equivalent word for in other language. Maybe it is correct, I don't know. I just following the Google what it says. In Kannada it says Abbarada. In Tamil it is Kontalipana. In Malayalam it is Bahala Maya Maya. And in Telugu Sandadigala. And in Hindi boisterous means Uddam. And in Arabic Asifan. So boisterous can be used positively and negatively. It depends on the context you use it. It can be used positively to describe someone who is vibrant, full of energy, and can be used negatively to describe someone who are overexcited, unruly, or rowdy type. It can, the usage of this word in a sentence. Today's theme, age is just a number. You can be boisterous at any age. All KTM members are boisterous, loud, energetic, completely different than other club members. Some culture says it's okay to be boisterous, to be loud and speak your mind. And we may tell to our child, you are very peaceful at school, but you are boisterous at home. So request all to use today's word of the day as much as possible. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster. A moment of childishness that you have been into recently. If you could share with us, please.
Your childhood, when you were last boisterous.
I was boisterous 10 years ago. I mean, it is the latest childish thing what I did. I was not getting sleep at night around 1 o'clock or something. I just woke up and I was new for this. I got just a license. I just woke up and went to drive a long drive from here from Alquer towards Matra towards that end. I mean Wadi Kabir end, and just came back, went to see, came back, and then I slept. So this is the last time what the childish thing I did.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for briefing the role and for sharing that moment with us. Next, I would like to call upon the R counter for today, our president, Toastmaster Prabhakar. And I think he needs no introduction. And I've always seen that innocence and the childish aspects in him, now and then, of course. And he's very open. He knows just how to crack a joke. He doesn't mind sharing jokes and live incidents very innocently and very openly. And over to you, Toastmaster Prabhakar, to explain your role as an R counter. And if you could share one experience as well.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for your wonderful introduction. Today, I'm going to do a role play as an R counter. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch and pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen overused words, including un, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and er. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, this means. At the end of the meeting, when general evaluator called upon, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Coming to our TMOD questions, recently we have visited the Muscat Festival. During that time, my son was asking the soap bubble gun. Then I told him I also want to play with the soap bubble gun. He told me that you are not a small boy. Why you are asking? Because I can play, but you cannot play with this. Then I said, during my childhood, I could not able to get this opportunity to play with the soap bubble gun. So I also want to purchase one. So we both together will play the soap bubble gun. So I felt very much happy by doing that. So this is my recent childhood story. Thank you so much. Over to Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prabhakar, for briefing us on your role and for sharing that beautiful incident of blowing the air bubble with your son. Coming up next, let me invite the general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Praveen PN. He works with Al Good Company LLC. He's into sales and business development, and he has been in Oman for the past 14 years. He's a member of KTM since 5 years. And with every move of his and with every smile of his, we can see the child in him. We all have experienced him live in many occasions. But yes, I would like him to share one incident where he was really childish and of course explain his role as general evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster Praveen.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Asha, for the wonderful introduction and the kind words. Hello, Toastmasters and distinguished guests. As a general evaluator tonight, it's my responsibility to monitor the session overall. And especially, I will conduct the general evaluation session, which includes the evaluation report of the evaluators and reports from other role players. So this is general evaluator role, basically. And about childhood, it is basically childhood memories or how I be like a childish.
Yeah. When did you
for
behave
me,
like a child?
For me, basically, by age, I try to be that what is the level of the maturity of that age. I try to keep that maturity level. So I cannot be childish. If once I grown up, I was not able to childish. But most of the time, people are saying, Praveen, at least show some maturity in the general situation. I don't know how people are thinking like that. But in general, I will be mature in the normal situations. This is this is my comment on childish thing. Thank you. Back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Praveen. See, that itself was so innocent and open. That's the child in you, Toastmaster Praveen. Thank you so much for sharing your role, and thank you for sharing that sweet, crisp, and open comment on being childish. Without further ado, let's move to the next segment. We have the traveling tale segment, which is going to be conducted by none other than DTM Jina Chandra. He's associated with Toastmasters for the past 14 years. He has held various positions like the club president, the area governor, division director, district admin manager, and the list goes on. He loves to read. He's a constant learner. He's a very good runner and athlete, a cyclist, yoga. Again, the list goes on. And he shared an incident. I will quickly say it, but I would want it in his words as well, because that's going to make it more lively. He was on a short leave and he climbed on a mango tree. It is the same tree on which he had climbed several times during his childhood. And he plucked few mangoes. Though his mother and wife were yelling at him from the back, he could not resist himself, and he continued climbing the tree and plucking more mangoes. Over to you, DTM Jina Chandran. I request you to take the session ahead, but I would also like you to say the same incident in a more lively way so that we can enjoy that moment being in your shoes. Over to you, DTM Jina Chandran.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Asha Mohan Raman. Friends, are you all ready for the traveling tale? Yes. I know a couple of new Toastmasters, relatively new Toastmasters and guests may not be knowing what is traveling tale. I'll just quickly tell you what is traveling tale. I'll start with the story, maybe correct true story or create a story or whatever. And you all will be completing the story. I'll only start. So you will be building up using your own creativity, your own imagination, and you can bring in suspense, thrill, twist, turn, climax, everything. It's up to you. So each one will be getting 30 seconds. So I'll take a minute or so, and then you will be continuing it. And finally, I want a total, very good, wholesome story from all of you. All right. Are you ready? Yes. So friends, my time starts. Oh, you don't have this one. He will be giving you a small noise when you clock your 30 seconds, okay? The time. Just for information. Here I'm starting now. In the month of August last year, I was on a vacation, and we three of us, myself and two other friends, we decided to go to Wayanad. How many of you are familiar with Wayanad? It's a beautiful place. And if not gone so far, I would recommend all of you to go there also. From my place, after say 10 minutes drive, it is full of dense forest on both sides. And it's steep climb with hairpin bends. You would have heard about Wayanad roads. So we reached somewhere on the peak. There were 2 landslides and the roads were cracked actually. But we were able to manage. When we reached on top, and then we went to a place called Vaitiri. Beautiful resort. I would recommend even that resort also. It's called Amrezi. It is in the middle of the dense forest. If you look left, right, bottom, everywhere, full of trees and green, dense forest. We spent a couple of days there and we were on the way back. One of my friends said, why not we try the other way? Not the one, there are 2 ways actually. There were 2 ways. So we took the other way. After some time, we were only having 2 vehicles, 2 families in 1 vehicle. and one family behind in one vehicle. After some time, while we were descending from this steep climb, my brake lost. I lost control of my vehicle. And you can imagine there were steep descending and hairpin bends. Now I'll start with Toastmaster Nayan Thomas. He will have 30 seconds and we will finish the online members first, and then we'll pass on to DTM Negi. It'll come back like this. I'll manage that. Please, Toastmaster Nayan Thomas.
So the vehicle started moving without the brakes and through the hairpin pins. Straight away, after about half an hour, it went and hit and stopped an elephant. That was the place where the elephant whispers were shot, and that couple as well the elephants were present.
Your time is up. Passing on to Toastmaster Prabhakar.
Yes. In the trip, I was there when we went for the trekking along with the team members. Some of our members got so tired, so they could not able to walk furthermore. So I carried along with me some oranges and water bottles. So I have distributed that oranges and water bottles to our members so that they was very happy and they got relief from the tiredness. And further, we have proceeded our trip, and it was very amazing, and all of our members were very happy.
Time up, sir. Your time up, sir. So Toastmaster Chandramouli. You can forcefully. Okay. no problem.
Fortunately, I was there in one of the hospital taking Ayurvedic massage.
Wow,
After hearing that,
that's the twist.
this is very close to my hospital. My doctor also advised me to go for some resort stay for a month or month and a half. You will get completely cured my back pain. So I already planned and going towards this resort. On the way, unfortunately,
Your
there are
time
a lot
is
of
up.
obstructions. Okay.
Thank you. Toastmaster Asha Mohan Raman.
When we were there in that massage parlor, I also realized that there's a beautiful beauty parlor there. And I felt that how nice it is going to be admiring the nature and making my skin glow. So with my family, we had a family retreat in the spa, admiring those elephants, admiring those mountains and the forests, and creating a new glow in our face. And suddenly I see a new creature peeping out from that window there. And I rushed down, and all that face mask got disturbed in my face.
Thank
And it
you.
got
Thank you.
stuck in my body.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asha. DTM Govind Negi. Let's hear from DTM Govind Negi.
Since the place was very scenic, it was a hilly area, the roads were very windy sort of. So my car, after losing the brake, went back and stuck to the hill. And there was a beautiful stream going along. So we took off our clothes and we thought this is the time when we should enjoy our childhood dream of jumping in small ponds of water. And that exactly all of us in our car did.
Okay, Toastmaster Varghese.
And the car was going, there are two elephants, and DTM Jina is trying to hit the back of which elephant. He is taking a chance of the left one or right one, because we know right side is a steep, deep is there. So he's trying to go in between both elephant, and he succeeded, but he couldn't stop the vehicle and it keep moving. And nothing happened so far. It is just going down. The vehicle is going down. Everybody is praying that it can stop in some places.
Thank you. DTM Praveen, yeah.
Before these elephants, Jinnah is an ardent film lover. So he used to see all these Prem Nasir and Jain's movies. So thought for a moment, told his friend,
don't worry. And his wife and his friend's wife sitting behind, don't worry. Slowly, he told his friend to hold on the steering wheel and I will take care. He just slightly come out of the car onto the top. The elephants are there far away and he just wanted to locate for a trees. Already he has mentioned full of dense forest. He just jumped on one of the tree and hang on that.
Toastmaster Santosh.
Yeah, on same day when this vehicle got hit, our boisterous Praveen, actually he told, let us be childish today. I'll not be mature today. Let us be childish and we'll go to trekking and have a walk towards back to that resort and have once again a big party and enjoy the scenic again with the lot of things with us, for the party, whichever is suitable.
Timer.
So, and
He's
our
looking
timer
there, that's
also was enjoying the party.
Thank you. Because he was engrossed in your talk. He was looking that side.
Timer, please monitor the time. Well, I already told, I was in that resort. I already told China, don't take that way because I know that the way is a dangerous one. But anyway, I just give some tips to him how to handle this kind of steep if we lose the brake. Anyway, he handled very much and without hitting that elephant and all. He secure all the family members and he himself come back safely. Anyway, for these tips, if anybody wants the tips, come to me. Otherwise, he will explain after this traveling tale.
Okay, Toastmaster Rajesh.
So I was also same place actually.
You can stand here.
I was experiencing the same situation earlier. And I remembered that there was a movie dialogue from famous dialogue from Pappu. So however we go through that steep, there will be some tree or a banana tree or something which we can hit on that and we can stop it. So that advice I have given, and hopefully that advice helped to recover from that situation.
Okay, you manage the time. He will speak now. Yeah. 30 seconds for him. Yeah. You can continue the story.
Yes, earlier I had the same situation when I went with my friend to Ooty. The same brake was lost. Even though we managed, I just instructed him, don't hold brake, just move on same climbing until reach. I will come back with you, follow with you. Anything happen, we'll take care of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Anil, yeah.
So since Suresh was giving a very wise advice that he will take care of Jinajendran, I was very happy and I was relaxing back. Let us come down and see how he is saved him. So I was waiting down in the hill to receive Jinajendran family without any trouble. So once I saw his vehicle coming down and down, I was relaxed and then see that, oh God, God grace and help of Suresh, nothing has happened. And his family, I saw him with a smiling face coming down the vehicle and to hand over.
Okay, Toastmaster Mithresh.
That time I was also there with Mr. Anil was there. So during the accident time, okay, thanks to God that our life has been saved out. Then just like a child, wow, I have saved our life also. Then we used to go for the playing a car, something like that. Thanks to God, thanks to God. Then why you not enjoy, just like a childish age, we're enjoying then we used to play a card. Just like he's a very naughty person that time. He's just during defeat time, he used to distribute the cards in this way and the game has been interrupted.
Okay.
Thanks.
Toastmaster, our VP membership, yes.
I was along with Toastmaster Gina, and I could see Toastmaster Anil and Toastmaster Mithilesh. And as the car was coming to them, and Toastmaster Gina was handling the car, I could see that there was a lot of sand was lying there. So I pushed the car. I held the steering and pushed the car to the gravel, to the sand, so the car could stop, and we could save Toastmaster Mithilesh and Toastmaster Anil from the accident also.
Very good. Our guest, no, you can, yeah. So, no, last one, there is, it will go like this.
For a reason.
For a reason? Okay, we'll leave it here. Okay. He wants to conclude the story. So DTM.
Yeah, I too remember a similar incident I also experienced
when the brake went off, since this is quite frequent in that area, the animals over there come to our support. So there was a big tusker which caught hold of the car at the back. He was just adjusting the speed of the vehicle, and we had all the monkeys around coming and encouraging the tusker and encouraging all the members who within the car to be relaxed. But the real fact is this story of DTM Jina with.
Thank you.
I don't know this story is real or myth for
I'll clarify
Toastmaster
that.
Jina Chandran, but actually real thing, it was happened to me. I thought I will just share this at this juncture. The thing was that when I was coming from Ruby with my family, actually the brake was brake was not there in the vehicle. So while coming on, I did not inform my family actually. I was staying at opposite to another hospital. After shopping, I was with my family. I did not inform them, but parked safely without informing.
Thank you. DTM Sriraman.
Oh, coincidentally, I also had similar experiences. All these things that happened to all of you had happened to me also. I also did not inform my family members of any such things. By the time I realized what I should be doing, what I should not be doing, what I should be advising and all, it was time. The alarm rang and my wife said, "It's time to wake up and get ready to office. It's time." Chalo,
He
get
was in the
going.
sleep. And our guest. And our guest is going to conclude.
So suddenly, I have a big hit. Then I opened my eyes, like I fall from a big tree to the ground. When I opened my eyes, I realized I was in my room. I was dreaming.
Thank you. Thank you. Friends, the very purpose of this segment is to set the tone of the meeting and to warm it up. I hope the purpose is achieved very well. And to tell you the truth, I was driving a rent-a-car and it had some brake issue, honestly, but I was very scared and I was always thinking, what happens if the brake fails? And I wanted ideas from all of you, what happens if something goes wrong, but I couldn't get a positive or concrete idea from many of you. You all said, go and hit the elephant, and somebody said you fly, and somebody said, go and hit the tree. Okay, that could be one, this thing. So thank you for contributing anyway, and I'll pass on to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Asha.
Thank you so much, DTM Jina Chandran. Let's now step into a serious segment, the prepared speeches. And today we have one speech. And to evaluate that speech, we have a very boisterous Toastmaster. He has been in Toastmasters for more than a decade. He's a counselor for Gavel's Club. And presently, he's the president of BEC Toastmaster Club. Put your hands together to welcome DTM Praveen Panikar. I would request him to come on stage and brief us on the criteria for evaluating the speaker. And I would also request him to share a small moment where he behaved childish. Over to you, DTM.
Toastmaster of the day and my distinguished guest. Today, my speaker is going to deliver a speech from Pathways Innovative Planning Level 2 Project 3. He has titled his speech as The Mother of Mentors. From the title itself, we know what exactly he is going to speak today. The purpose of the speech is he has to share some aspect of his previous experience as a protege. Through that, he has to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. So his project is to his previous experience as a protege, and through that, he will clearly define all of us how the Toastmaster mentoring is being laid out. This speech is going to be for 5 to 7 minutes, and he will discuss the protege experience, but he should not talk about or give a report on the content of the introduction of Toastmasters mentoring. The mother of mentors, what he is going to talk to us, let us patiently sit, relax and listen to him and wish him all the very best to have a boisterous session. Back to Toastmaster Day. As a childhood experience, I would say childish experience. Okay. Childish experience recently, if you ask me, any Toastmasters meetings, especially in DC Toastmasters, what we do is to encourage the people. We all will try to become childish by making howling noises and all. You normally, when in childhood, you always try to, what you call, keep it lively, we always make a lot of noises. Here also we do it. I think that is one thing came to mind all of a sudden. Back to Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, DTM Praveen Panikar, for briefing us the judging criteria and for sharing that moment. So we can still have childish moments in our sessions. Thank you for giving us that hint. Let me now take the privilege of inviting the speaker. He is a Toastmaster since 2008. He's an eternal student. He loves music, reading, blogging, and playing cricket. And to the question that I asked him, he says that the frequency of being childish is so frequent that he has to think of something to which one to tag. So he quickly mentioned about one of the incidents that happened in the online contest. And in his excitement, he posted a couple of words from the table topic onto the chat box. But he also mentions, luckily, there was no virtual or physical damage to it. So with that sweet little incident, let me call upon the speaker for today with his speech, DTM Sriraman Vadyar, to take over the session ahead. Over to you, DTM.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. It was a very cold, windy morning. I was sitting and contemplating whether I should be jumping in or not. I felt the water and quickly withdrew because it was too cold for comfort. My friend Balakrishnan, who was sitting beside me, shoved me into the water and I started crying out for help. He quickly pulled me out and asked me, who's going to drown in a waist-high deep water? Why are you crying? Boisterous Toastmasters and exuberant guests. What has Balakrishnan got to do with Toastmasters? Nothing. What has the process got to do with Toastmasters? Everything. Because when we join a platform like Toastmasters, come with the belief that we don't know everything. There is still a lot to learn. And Toastmasters has this wonderful role called a mentor, who doesn't push you into the water physically, but who pushes you to go beyond your limits, pushes you out of your comfort zone to the zone of self-belief. I joined Toastmasters in 2008, and quickly thereafter, I had the benefit of two people who were constantly in my ears telling me that I am capable of more than what I'm doing. To such an extent that they believed that I was going to be a leader. I don't know if I'm a leader still. They used to address me as the future president and future area governor. At that time, it was area governor. And those two people were DTM Nanta Kumar and DTM George Thomas. They probably had more belief in my abilities than I had. Not probably, they had. So they kept encouraging me. And I moved on with this belief, and I did eventually take up these positions of the club president, area director, and division director, and all. But as I moved on, there were two others who encouraged me. DTM Govind Negi, DTM Manan Thomas. From time to time, they were in my ears, trying to tell me what to do, what not to do, how not to be childish, how to be boisterous. And then things moved on, and we had DTM Praveen Panikar and DTM Jinachandran Nambiar. Now, these two people have stayed on with me all these years, especially DTM Jinachandran. As recently as 2 weeks back, we had attended an online session, and GTM Jinachandran and I had a very serious discussion, sort of debate. These things go on in a very serious manner, but these are very mature deliberations. Deliberate discussions, mature deliberations are what we engage in. So we end up learning from each other. I certainly learned from him. I don't know about the other way. It could be a one-sided love story. I don't know. But I'm certainly benefiting from these interactions. Now, this is after I joined Toastmasters. What happened before? What happened before was the benefit of an in-house mentor. We were in a family, we had 9 siblings. I had 8 siblings, we were 9, and my mother often had to beg, borrow, and steal. Not beg or steal, but she had to definitely borrow. In that process, she taught me the value of seeking help. She had her whole right side back burned, but never did she mention anything about that to me. I learned from others, and I realized how she was leading a very resilient life without even mentioning that to anyone in the family. Her complete right skin was burnt, and it looked like a snake skin. Now, talking of snakes also reminds me of a bravery. Once there was an intruder, the long reptile, which is not supposed to be poisonous. Everyone was looking around what to do. She just picked it up by its tail and threw it out of the window. Every other member of the house was looking around. She also taught me unconditional level of love. When once I was late from office, and she used to do that very frequently. But once I told her, why didn't you sleep off? It's so late in the night. Why didn't you sleep off? And I mean, imagine I'm an adult now. I'm working. I can make my way out and I can live my life. So she made one statement. Yeah, but the mother in me wants to see every night whether you're coming back alive. Otherwise, I won't have peaceful life. So many lessons from her, but the lesson that stays with me till date is when the same Balakrishnan who pushed me into the pond in the village came to her and told her that I saw Sri Raman doing this, doing that, and he made up a big story. She listened to all of that, and at the end of the day, she made one statement. She said, Balakrishna, I can say a lot of things. I can teach a lot of things. I can instruct a lot of things to my son when he's at home. But I have absolutely no control over what he does outside the house. What he does outside the house is absolutely up to him. He has to be responsible for his own actions. Now, when I say this is a lesson that has stayed with me in all these leadership positions that I've taken on. I don't know whether I've been successful in translating these into actions. It's for people around me to say that. But when I say this again, you all must be thinking, okay, my mother did this. What is so special about your mother? Exactly. We have in our houses mentors in hand whose values, lessons stay with us. So whenever you are in a conflict, whenever you are in a quandary, whenever you want to be boisterous, not saddened, burdened by expectations or other factors in your life, think of the mother of all mentors, your own mother, and life will be better. Over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Sriraman. Can we have a huge round of applause for him? And I request the timer to give his timing for the speech.
Yeah. Toastmasters Sriraman, you took actual time 7 minutes 10 seconds. It is within the time.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster. And now it's time for a scrumptious break. And today's snack master is Toastmaster Anil Kumar. And I hope you all enjoy the snack with everyone together and kindle that childishness in you by sharing and caring. So we get back in 10 minutes.
15 minutes.
No, already we are running late, 5 minutes.
Yeah, we are running out of time. So if we can get back in 10 minutes, please.
Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmasters.
10 minutes we are late.
Yeah, 5 minutes we
So
are
we'll
late.
have longer break.
I think you take the mic and say, otherwise he's not there.
Yeah.
अभी भी मालूम नहीं हम लोग we are all ready करेंगे. Just tell her we're ready. You can continue.
TMOD, over to TMOD.
Welcome back, dear Toastmasters. After that delicious snack break. I hope you enjoyed it.
19 minutes.
I think we are unable to get her voice some problem. And then you can remove.
So
Hello,
we step
Toastmaster of
into
the day, some.
Hello?
There was some sound disturbance, so now we didn't hear you. Can you
Welcome
please
back.
repeat?
Welcome back, dear Toastmasters. And I hope you all enjoyed your snack break.
Yes.
Okay. So let's move. Before we move, let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Anil Kumar for sponsoring today's snacks.
2 minutes.
Oh, it's okay.
Moving ahead.
Time right now, not the starting.
Moving ahead, before we step into the table topic segment, I would like to share a very short video.
They are not able to hear you.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Audible but not visible. When visible, not audible.
Can I go ahead?
Yeah, please carry on. Carry on.
Okay, so let's watch a quick, it's a minute and a half video, which will give you tips on how to keep up the childishness in you. Let me share my screen.
Oh, please. That will be again value.
if you would have paid attention to that video, it had all those traits which a leader is supposed to have. That's what I mentioned earlier in my speech, where it's not just about being childish, but it's how if you try to inculcate those traits in us now, which will help us to be better leaders, better visionaries, because it helps you to be more open. It helps you to take risks. It helps you to immerse yourself in a particular task which has been given to you. It helps you to just stay away from what people will talk about you. If you try to bring about the change, and we usually face this situation at our workplace, that you want to share, you want to bring about a change, or you want to be a little more innovative. But we usually think, if I'm going to bring this forward, what are other people going to talk, whether it's going to be accepted or not? But if at that point, if we try to kindle that child in us, we can open up and see how it's going to work towards our progress in our careers. So with these tips, let's step into the next segment, which is the table topic segment. And to conduct this session, we have a Toastmaster who has been with the Toastmasters since last 10 years. Right now, he's in India, and he had been working for 2 decades in Oman, and later on he has moved to India. And sharing his experience, he said that his mother used to say that he was very mischievous during his childhood. And few months before, he was pestering his mother in a very childish way to tell her some of his childhood behavior. And his mother narrated that to him now, and he thoroughly enjoyed reliving his childhood by the words that his mother shared with him. So with that, let me just hand over the session to Toastmaster Chandramouli, who will be the table topic master for today. Please put up your hand to welcome him on screen. Over to you, Toastmaster Chandramouli.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Dear all boisterous fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests sitting over there, I am your table topic master today. For the benefit of guests, the table topic session is to assist members to develop impromptu speaking skills by which they can organize the speech like a normal speech, a project speech, opening, body, and conclusion. So this is a random topic will be thrown on at non-role players, and each member will be required to talk 2 minutes, 1, 1.5, 2. Accordingly, the timer will show the signal to you. So let me start with my topics. The first I will throw the topic and then call out the name. The topic, hope you all able to hear me properly.
Yes, we are able to.
Excellent, excellent. What is the one way by which you plan to stay young at heart as you grow older? Once again, what is the one thing by which you plan to stay young at heart as you grow older? May I call upon the Toastmaster, Toastmaster Varghese Chiran. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, topic master. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. When our Toastmaster of the day said age is number, I was very much enthusiastic to know more about it. And thank you, Toastmaster of the day, for that enlightening session. As we grow older, if it is somebody born, we'll say 1 day, 2 days, 1 month and 10 days, then 1 year, 2 years. After 25, it is 20s, then 30s, then 40s. Then we don't say the exact number, 40s. Last week, when I was just going through the window shopping, I saw Swatch watch. It's a Swiss company making watch. And people are standing outside to enter the showroom. I was thinking, why? When I went back, I saw that there is no queue, so I went inside. So it's all colorful watches. There is no normal metal strap or black strap, all colorful. I thought, hey, this is not for me. So my colleague is just shopping around for his wife. Then I saw one pure white watch. It's locked. So I requested them to open it. So they opened the strap watch from the showcase and given to me. And I wear it. It looks fantastic. Immediately I purchased it. If I think again, I may not buy. I purchased it. I brought home. Then my wife said, are you going to wear this watch every day? I said, good that you are not with me. I just bought this watch. So you all can see next Wednesday. Thank you. And over to topic 5.
Thank you, Toastmaster Varghese Chira. The next topic, do you think there is an ideal age to become leader? Do you think there is an ideal age to become leader? May I call upon Toastmaster Gaurav Sood.
Thank you, Table Topic Master and fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Leadership is quite often it is told whether leadership is a quality, is a science or an art. In my view, leadership is an art and it can be developed from any age. There are kids today who take the podium in a manner that they are maybe a 50-year-old or a very experienced ones. And there are people who need to work hard on their leadership as they age and keep learning, as we progress. But leadership, in my opinion, comes more from the experience and application of that experience in their lives. And also I will add that leadership, to be a good leader, you need to keep reading, because reading will develop your thoughts. It will help you make you understand what is needed to be developed in others. But leadership can be developed at any age. There's no age for leadership, and it can start from very young age. And as we progress, it can be, and it's good to be a leader. And thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav. The next topic: how do you think technology has changed the way we perceive age? Do you think it's easier or harder in the digital age? Once again, how do you think technology has changed the way we perceive age? Do you think is it easier or harder in the digital age? May I call upon distinguished Toastmaster Govind Nagi.
He's not there now.
He's not there? Okay, may I call upon the same topic, Toastmaster Pradeep Ravindranath, TTM. You want me to tell once again, or you are clear?
Yes, Toastmaster Chandrababu, if you can just.
Okay. How do you think technology has changed the way we perceive age? Do you think is it easier or harder in the digital age? Is it clear?
Yeah. Table topic master, fellow Toastmasters, and our distinguished guest over here. Definitely technology has made it easier. I'd like to share with you a small incident which happened very recently. My passport is due for renewal. And as usual, I told my colleague that I would like to go to a good studio and take a very good photo. I wore a white shirt, took a blazer, and I had a tie in my hand. He asked me, why do you want this? I said, I want to have a professional photo to be taken. I said, keep this, you just come with me. We went to the studio and the person told me, you remove this button up your collar, bend it inside and he took me a photo. And after that he came and he asked me which coat, which suit, which tie you wanted. I selected one. And then the next, what he asked me is that, how much more you want to look younger? Where and all should I make it white and white out, which is there to be blackened? And he didn't charge me anything extra because many years before, with a coat, suit, everything, a normal photo which I took, he took 1.5 real or 1 real. Today also with this same thing, he didn't charge me anything extra, but he made me look more younger and in a coat and a suit, in a suit which I never dreamt that I could wear such a suit. So definitely technology is taking in such a way that it is making us younger. But the most important thing, what I feel of being younger is we have to enjoy the things that we are doing. That is more important because it is not the technology that is there. Enjoy what is there and let's be younger. Over to the table topic.
Thank you, DTM Pradeep. The next topic. Do you think age affects communication styles? Do you think age affects communication styles? May I call upon the new Toastmaster, Mithilesh? Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening, Toastmasters day also. Sir, can you just please repeat the question if you don't mind?
Yes. Do you think age affects communication styles? Do you think age affects communication styles?
Yeah, definitely. I'm in favor of this topic that age affects the communication style. When you are young, at the younger age, if you're going somewhere and if you are talking to a person, a new community, then shyness will be there. That time you're not acquainted with the peoples because you're a little bit at the age of 15, 20 years, you feel shy. Slowly, once the age is grown up, maturity is coming, then your communication will also be in the same sphere, it will go increasing and it will be effective also. And communication style will be effective also. In the early age, you are standing in the podium and in this way you're saying something or something like that. But after a certain age, after having a certain age, then you'll see that, okay, fine. You will see here, there, you'll address to the this one, listeners and all those things. And then it will affect the communication style also. It will show how we are confident in your communication also. Because slowly confidence will come after a certain age. After a certain, you can say that in the communication style, you can say the verbal, in the written, everything. Communication not only verbal, it comes to written also. So age is definitely I'm in opinion that definitely age is about that communication will improve after a certain age. That is what. Over to the master. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Next one. What lessons more experienced leaders can learn from younger leaders? What lessons more experienced leaders can learn from younger leaders? May I call upon Toastmaster Nainan Thomas?
Table topic master, fellow Toastmasters. If I understand the topic, you're asking what lessons you can learn from more experienced younger leaders than
Experienced leaders from younger leaders. From experienced experienced leaders from younger leaders, what they can learn.
what lessons experienced
From-
leaders can learn.
From younger leaders,
Okay, thank you.
the reverse.
When you say the experienced leaders, it depends upon which arena and which field people are experienced. I would put the other way around. There are quite a lot you can learn from younger leaders because the world is changing. Just now you had another topic about the digital media. So the younger leaders are more apt and more experienced in controlling and introducing new inventions and new criteria to control. There's quite a lot what experienced leaders can learn. So as per today's topic, age is a number. When you say that, it is relevant. Yes, age is a number, but it says how long a person has lived on earth. And as your generation is one step ahead, the next generation has much more in stock available in the media, in quite simply Google, to refer to and introduce new experiences. So I would put it the other way around. There is quite a lot for the older age, the experienced leaders to learn from the younger leaders who are controlling the giants of the industries, the society, or the conglomerates. There's quite a lot you have to learn from the younger leaders for the experienced leaders. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. The next topic. One thing you always wanted to do, but you feel now too old for it. What is one thing you always wanted to do, but you feel you are too old for it? May I call upon DTM Anil Kumar?
Table topic master, fellow Toastmaster, and my dear guest. In my bucket list of things which I could not accomplish, it's not too many things. But age, considering an age, I don't think anything that I cannot do now. If I want to do a sport, I still can do. If I want to travel, I still can do. If I want to learn something, I still can do. But as of now, physically and mentally, I think I'm fit enough to adapt to any situation or any circumstances, any challenges which comes to my mind or throwing to my mind. So I would also consider that everyone in the world can do things which they think that impossible. If you put your brain, if you put your effort, if you put your focus, things are possible to do. So only thing is that keep your mind open, keep your health proper, so that you are fit enough to do things which you think that you cannot do it. But only certain things that, if you wanted to be a singer, yes, that skill is not there. But I never aspired to be a singer. So something which you don't have a skill or don't have basic, skills to do that thing may not be possible. But in a survival thing, yes, things are possible to do, provided you keep your mind focused and health intact. Work for it, definitely things can be achievable. That is what I would like to comment on this topic.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anil. The next topic, one piece of advice you would like to give someone from different generations on how to communicate effectively. One piece of advice you would like to give someone from different generation on how to communicate effectively. May I call upon TTM Jina Chandra?
He's from current generation.
Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow members and guests, that one piece of advice that I would love to give to everyone is nothing but what Dalai Lama said for the communication. Speak as if others would love to listen to you, and listen as if others would love to speak to you. Simple. Whenever you communicate with anybody, be it with your own kids, be it with your boss, be it with fellow Toastmasters, be it with your friends, speak lovely, speak positively, so that they'll be surrounding to you. They would love to listen to you more and more. And at the same time, when others speak to you, give your full, wholehearted concentration and attention to them. Even when you're sitting alone, or if you're sitting in the midst of many audience, if a speaker is speaking here, just nod to them, support him. Just show your body gestures so that, the speaker feel comfortable talking to you, looking at your face. So this is what I want to tell all the communicators, nothing but be positive, be very, very attentive, talk very pleasantly, so that effectiveness automatically creeps into it, and people would love to listen to you, and you would love to speak to others also. Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you, DTM Jina Chandra. We have one more question. We have time, Toastmaster?
No, we are run over already 5 minutes.
One last one, I can go for it?
Yeah,
okay.
There. He should have
One last, okay. One thing you have learned in your life, that you wish you knew when you were younger. Once again, one thing you have learned in your life that you wish you knew when you were younger. May I call upon Toastmaster Anand? Is there?
Yes. I'm very much here.
Thank you, Anand. Yeah, okay. Hope you are clear on the topic.
Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow members, and my dear guests. Good evening, all of you. The topic Table Topic Master shared to me, I will just deviate the topic little bit. Do you think that we are aging now? Like Toastmaster Jina Chandran, Toastmaster DTM Sriraman, and including me. Okay, little bit white hairs are there, but we are not aging. We are old, but I will say that we are more and more younger in terms of knowledge and wisdom. So we should not say that aging, we are getting old. So in any stage of our age, we should be boisterous and we should be very energetic, and we have to tell this same message to all the generation, like our younger generation. We should learn from them, and we should teach them also, and we should let them understand what is there. In any stage, you should not be very difficult. You should teach younger generation how to face the failures. That is the main thing in nowadays. This younger generation is facing. So we should teach them. So I hope I have explained the topic very well. And back to the table talking now. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. So with this, let me conclude, fellow boisterous Toastmaster. Hope you all enjoyed with these topics, and those spoke on this very well, because we are here on this platform to come here every day, every week, to communicate well and to become a better leader. So my question is like a mixed. I hope I have mixed it properly and asked from seniors, the new Toastmasters. Thank you. All spoke very well. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Can we have the timer? And can we have the voting for the best table topic speaker, please? When that is going on, let me just quickly share a small story of Guadalupe Palacios. She's from Mexico, and she grew up in a poor family farming corn and bean. And she didn't get a chance to go to school as a child. And as she grew up, she got married and she got busy raising 6 children. And no one would have blamed her if she would have lamented that she had missed on her schooling. But that was not her style. She enrolled in a literacy program at the age of 92. And within a few years, she made her way through middle school and she was ready for her next step. She then passed out of her high school. She stepped into a graduate program. And having exhausted all those programs till the graduation, she has decided to continue her education and has enrolled alongside teenage classmates for further studies. And she still hasn't given it up. After her postgraduate, she plans to take up a job as a kindergarten teacher. So what people usually say that there is a certain age limit on when you can start to learn and when it is too late, I don't think it's right, because people assume that skill development is an age-sensitive thing and can apply only to people who are just starting their career. But I believe whether you are 17 or 75, there is no reason why you can't start now. Age is simply nothing but a number. I would like to mention a quote here. It's never too late for new beginnings in your life. And when people like Palacios can learn to read, write, finish her primary, middle school, graduation, postgraduate, and prove herself worthy in life, then why can't we branch out and explore new interests? Why can't we try to explore new opportunities and kindle that child in us and become a constant learner? With that story in your mind, let me hand over the session to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Praveen, to take over the proceedings. Toastmaster Praveen.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening once again to all.
Good evening.
Timer, how is the timing? We are running
3
on
minutes. Yeah.
10 minutes late.
Yeah.
So we all are already late. So without wasting much time, please welcome Toastmaster DTM Praveen to evaluate the speech Mother of Mentors by DTM Sriram. Welcome, sir.
General evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Today, my speaker, DTM Sriraman, has started the speech. I would say very, very interestingly. Why I am saying is he started like telling us a story. Do you all agree with me? Yes. Then let's give a big round of applause to our speaker. He has titled his speech as Mother of Mentors. He started by talking about his friend pushing him into the waters. From there also he has learned something as a prodigy. That is how he has characterized that picture, that portrait, or that character there. Then he came into Toastmasters talked about different Toastmasters, those who have really mentored him in his growth. Mentioned DTM George Thomas, DTM Nandakumar, DTM Praveen, DTM Jinachandran, DTM Govind Negi, Toastmaster Nine and Thomas. So all these names have been, again, he tried to emphasize that these people have helped him in his life to become a good leader, a communicator, whatever he is today, is because of all these people. Then he again went to his family, saying that his mother is the mother of mentors, like how we are learning many things from our own house without even knowing. So very, very aptly he has mentioned this point very clearly to make it to the audience to be engaged throughout. And it was the topic was very simply, the very what you call, the clarity was very nice, but very simple way he has put it forward to us to understand how important it is for the mentor's role in our life. Of course, as a recommendation from my side, two things I think is, one is the vocal variety and the second is the gestures. Why I say these 2 points, he has delivered the speech in a very simple manner, as I mentioned, very clear, and all of us could really relate to our own mentors also. The way he has delivered the speech was really impactful and effective. But there are many occasions I felt his speed was slightly going high, could have been controlled, as also various moments, various situations, the gestures, especially when he talked about his mother or his friend also pushing him. See, in the speech, I believe the gestures, the vocal variety makes a lot of impact to get the audience with us. Whenever actually you say every moment, every scene should be visible to the audience, or they could visualize what the speaker is trying to deliver, trying to tell us. With this gestures and vocal variety, to a greater extent, I think it's possible. Overall, the speech was excellent. He has delivered it in the way it is supposed to be and really made us all very interactive, very inquisitive, very, very engaged throughout the session. These two small suggestions, if he is able to incorporate, I'm sure the speech is going to be even to greater heights. With this, one more round of applause to Toastmaster Sriram and back to. Thank you. Without looking the papers. Oh, sorry.
This is not diary.
Thank you, DTM Praveen Panikar, for the constructive. Please be attentive, Toastmasters. Thank you, DTM Praveen Panikar, for the constructive evaluation. Dear friends, now we can hear how many times the word of the day and general grammatical suggestions from Toastmaster Santosh. Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Santosh.
Dear fellow Toastmasters, DTMs and distinguished guests, it was a pleasure listening to your speeches. And I do find some few excellent uses of English quotes, particularly from today's speaker, DTM Sriraman. He told his friend, there are friends in life who pushes you out of comfort zone towards self-belief. And he played out with words. I mean, he played with words, which was very good, very catchy. That deliberate discussions for future deliberations. So this was the words which I noted down. And he told that his mother has told that he has to be responsible for his own action when he is out of her control or out of her house. So these are the words which I noted. And from our today's TMOD, she told to have happy life is to embrace your inner child. This is a quote which we noted. And from the DTM Jina Chandra. He told about Dalai Lama's thoughts. To speak as if that people love to listen and listen as if others love to speak. And on other section, I'm not good in English, but I tried, I found some two sentences or who has told two, which will be I can recommend to improve upon. That DTM Negi, he told stream going around. Instead of that, he could have told stream flowing around. And Toastmaster Chandramouli, he told when he was starting with his table topic, he told first I will throw the topic. Instead, he could have told first I will read out the topic. So these are the two sentences which I identified. Meanwhile, I am happy to announce two boisterous members of this club who used most number of times today's word of the day. It was TMOD Asha Mohan and today's speaker Sri Raman, who used 3 times each, and totally it was 9 times this word was used today. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mike. Thank you, Toastmaster Santosh, for that wonderful report. Now we can hear from our accountant how many times the slips are, O's, and all. So, accountant is joining online. Please welcome Toastmaster Prabhagar for his report. Account report.
Good evening, pastors, general evaluator, and fellow Toastmasters and guests. Here comes the report from your today's accounter. Today, the total loss, anybody can guess how many times today we have used?
For that you are there.
Yes.
25 hours.
Yes, sir. You are very close to that. 20 times, 20 hours. And 7, so 9 times, but 4 times, and repeated words 21 times. But Toastmaster, myself, I have used 2 times ha, and our TMOD Toastmaster Asha Mohan used 4 times, and 2 times. The word used 5 times. And Toastmaster Suresh 2 times ha, and Toastmaster Santosh 1 times. You know 2 times, and 2 times. Toastmaster Praveen PN 1 times. I know 2 times. DTM Praveen Panikar used 3 times, 2 times, and 1 time. DTM Sriraman used 1 time, so 1 time, but 1 time, 4 times. Toastmaster Varghese Chiran used 1 time, and Toastmaster Anil Kumar used 1 time, 1 time, so 4 times, but 1 time, 2 times. And our new Toastmaster Mithilesh Kumar used 1 time, 1 time, so 1 time, and repeated words 1 time. Toastmaster Gaurav Sood used 2 times, 2 times, but 1 time, 2 times. DTM Pradeep used 1 time. Toastmaster Anand used 1 time, so 3 times, and but 1 time. I would congratulate DTM Jina Chandran sir. He has never used any passwords. Congratulations. And Toastmaster Rajesh. Then Toastmaster Chandramouli. Thank you so much. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, President. It was a wonderful report. All are happy with your report. So now let's hear how punctual we are. Please switch off that red light timer. Just hear from our timer's report. Please welcome Toastmaster Suresh Kaliyaperumal for the timer's report.
Thank you, Toastmaster and fellow Toastmaster and Chief Distinguished. Thank you for opportunity given. For the first time, I done for time accounter. And everything goes perfect. Only 10 minutes we run over late. And table topics we calculate 15 minutes, but we took it 19 minutes, 4 minutes late. Toastmaster Varghese took 1 minute 55 seconds, and Toastmaster Gaurav Sood 1 minute 26 seconds, and double TTM Pradeep 2 minutes 14 seconds, and Toastmaster Mithilesh 1 minute 30 seconds, and Toastmaster Nayan Thomas 2 minutes 40 seconds, and TTM Anil Kumar 1 minute 38 seconds, and TTM Chinnachandran 1 minute 38 seconds, and Toastmaster Anand 1 minute 30 seconds, all within the time, and all within a time.
You said 2 minutes 40 seconds, no? One Toastmaster.
2 minutes 40 seconds, yeah.
That out, no? That is only allowed up to 30, no? 30 seconds, no? Correct?
Then traveling tail segment, we calculate 14 minutes, but we exactly finished 14 minutes 30 seconds. Excellent. Then a prepared speech 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Sriraman took 7 minutes 10 seconds within a time. And evaluation Toastmaster Praveen Panikar calculate time 3 minutes, but he took 4 minutes 10 seconds. And Toastmaster Santosh 2 minutes 15 minutes, and Toastmaster Prabhakar 2 minutes 30 seconds. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Santosh Kaliyaperumal, Suresh Kaliyaperumal. Dear friends, now we can evaluate today's session. Today's session started exactly on Oman Standard Time, 7:30 by Acting Sergeant Dams, Toastmaster Anil Kumar. He make it as a different way. He explains, he asked for somebody's special day. So conventional Sergeant Dams should study from him. Then our president comes with a inspiring story, never stops dreaming. I think after that story, some of us were dreaming, and after that, they will come back to the session. He come with the story of CEO of Starbucks, Awards. That name I cannot recollect. Yes. Then our TMOD, Asha Mohan, take us to the age reversal theme, the childhood. Move to the secret of, he explains the secret of happiness. And all the role players like timer, Santosh Kaliyaperumal, Suresh Kaliyaperumal, first time timekeeper, he did his role very well. Wordmaster grammarian comes with a beautiful word, and also he present that word with different languages. Accounter, Toastmaster Prabhakar, explained the criteria very well, as well as present his report very well. And general evaluator, it's in front of you right now. And traveling tale segment was presented by DTM Jinachandra. You created a safari mood, and all enjoyed very well. Then moving to the speech section and the evaluation session, both the speaker and evaluator was very good, mother of all mentors. It was an inspiring speech, and also the evaluation, it was a constructive evaluation.
Moving to table topics, Toastmaster Chandramouli explains and handle the role very well. All the topics, way to plan staying, ideal age for leader, technology change the way to perceive age affect communication style, what lesson experience leader can seek from youngers, and all the topics and all the speakers, Toastmaster Varghese Siran, Gaurav Sood, Toastmaster Pradeep, Toastmaster Mithilesh, Toastmaster Nanan Thomas, Toastmaster Anil Kumar, DTM Jinachandran, Toastmaster Anand, all spoke very well. Then I missed somebody. Yes, the snacks. Toastmaster Anil Kumar brings with a variety that veg puffs with jalebi, blending this one, but sweet with spicy. That is a good experiment, and we all enjoy this snacks. Give him a big round of applause. So overall, the session was good, and credit goes to Toastmaster of the day, Asha Mohan. Even if she is not presently here, she tried to make the session with the slides and so many ideas brought inside from there. So just give her a big round of applause. Thank you, Toastmaster Asha Mohan. Suggestions. One suggestion, all of the members told, even if the Toastmaster of the day should be here physically. Otherwise, because of this technical issues and all, the session will be lag. And one more suggestion is that this mic handover, normally people try to give the mic to this one person operating the camera. Then without confusion, we can use that one. And also using the podium, people try to use this area. Sometimes people are going there and from the backside is showing there, so it cannot looks good. This is a general suggestion. Overall, the session was good, and thanks everybody. And back to Toastmaster of the day to move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for that quick and crisp report, and thank you to all the role players. Since we are already delayed, just to conclude about the theme today, age is just a number, doesn't mean just being childish, but we have to remember that we have all those traits that a child has. If we try to kindle that in ourselves, it will help us be a better leader and a better visionary. And the second thing that I want to put forward is there is no age limit for knowledge. So like a constant learner, kindle that child in you, never give up on knowledge, keep upgrading yourself, and keep that child alive in you every day for some time. With that, I would like to call upon the VP Education to give us the planning for the next session.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Can we have the voting for the best role player, please? Okay. As the voting going on, our voting for the best role player. Next week, 29th March, Wednesday, session 757. Okay, 757. And last 2 weeks, we are sharing the role player list in the group. And I'm getting good response. You all can see that. So anybody is willing to be the Toastmaster of the day for next week from this group? Okay, if not, share in the group. We'll be planning to have a debate. As our contests are over, we'll have planned to have a debate. So start preparing on the debate. We'll find one of the members as a debate contest manager, like that we can plan the debate in coming months. And Toastmaster Anil Kumar has completed level 3. So let us congratulate him. I'll be receiving the certificate by tomorrow, and I will share the certificate tomorrow. So please focus on the pathways speeches to move forward. By this, I finished planning for the next session and handing over to Toastmaster Asha for to call upon our acting president, Toastmaster Gaurav Sood. No, he said Toastmaster Gaurav Sood.
I think you can.
Requesting Toastmaster Gaurav Sood to take the proceedings further for the award ceremony.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for the wonderful session. Now it is time for the award distribution. Before the award distribution, I'll first like to call our guest for the day, to guest Amjad, to please come here and receive a ribbon from us. Will you like to say something on how was the session and what was your experience?
Yeah, sure. Hello, everybody. It was a lovely session. Actually, I have in mind to learn, and that's what I got. So inshallah, I'll be continuing to come in here and learn more from you, from your beautiful mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Amjad. We have first the evaluator for the day. DTM Praveen Panigar.
It's not fair to collect this award, but thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Best table topics, DTM Pradeep.
No, it is not a joke, it is a real fact.
I know.
Yes. And I didn't know also that.
Thank you. Best speaker, one and only DTM Shiraman. Thank you. Welcome. Congrats.
Where is the camera? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Best role player, DTM Jina Chandra. Yes. Oh, there are three. The three. Jina, one of them. DTM Jina Chandran. Then we have Toastmaster Praveen. Wow. And Toastmaster Santosh. Cryo. Yeah.
All of you will be certificate.
Okay. With this, we can adjourn the session. The next session is on 29th of March. Group photograph.
Thank you. Make it a rule, like policy. Yeah, policy. Not actually that because Praveen can guess. Trophy लिखे हैं मैंने.
Yeah.
Everybody will come.
I guess we can come this side. We can remove.
Janet Thomas is there, Chandupal is there.
I think we can come in front of this.
Yeah, TMOD is missing. Oh, good night, everyone. See you next week. She just left. Yeah, come. Yes. Come on, cheese. Cheese. Thank you. One more. Cheese भी बोल सकते हैं. क्या पता? Cheese.
You can say geese when it is Varghese, sir.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Thank you.
Just 10 minutes later. Yeah, 10 minutes exactly.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Even fact, I'm very young, I don't support. Then all actually, even I took out the course, I don't have the course.
Honestly, his name and technology. Yeah, that's why I confused him.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very
Only
much for
getting
your
familiar
wonderful
names.
present, sir.
How are you?
Yeah, fine, sir. Going
Yeah,
well.
all well.
How is the
Good.
things are going, sir?
All well, good. Very much.
How is your family and all?
All well, fine. Thank you. How about you? You're fine?
Yeah, good, sir. Going well. Everything is
How is
going
it?
fine.
Mohan is raining or something? No, no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yesterday it was a heavy rain.